Hey everyone, here I am again today. This is Jamie. Here's little Emily. This is my reality half the time. I'm sitting in a playroom. I've got some laundry in the back. Figured might as well be real today, so here I am. One of my leaders asked me to make a video about perspective of finishing the year strong and going into the next one. Emily's here to entertain you if you get bored with me, right? Yeah. Okay, so I want to share a little bit about my perspective with you guys, and you may agree with it or you may not, but maybe it'll help you. This is how I see my business. This is how I see ending the year, how I see going into a new one, some things that have helped me. So I just jotted down a few things and I'm going to share them with you. The first thing that I think about as I finish up a year, I've been in Jamboree for a couple years now, but as I look back on this last year, I think something that's important is to look at the good things and the bad things. And you've got to decide what to do with those and how to frame them, because how you look at your successes and your failures will frame how you move forward in your life, in everything, not just in your business. So for me, it means number one, claiming my failures. So, this December wasn't the best month for me. I've had better months than December. Maybe you too. Or maybe it was a great month. But I know that in your year there were probably failures. There were probably things you wished would have gone better. Maybe goals you didn't meet or whatever. You can let those things get you down. You can wallow in them. Or you can just claim them and move forward, okay? Something that I have to remember, we, especially in leadership in Jamboree, or if you have a downline, you depend on your downline. Sometimes you might be disappointed by them. Maybe they didn't get their rank. Maybe you wish they would have. Maybe it affected yours. One thing I've learned to do is really just let that go as far as blaming someone else. I will not allow myself to blame someone else. I will not allow myself to say it's their fault that I didn't make my rank, or they didn't do this so I didn't make my rank. For me, I'd rather frame it that there was something that I didn't do that I should have, okay? Because in reality, maybe one person didn't make a rank that I hoped they would, but if I had done a better job recruiting more or training them more or training other legs more, then maybe I wouldn't have been depending just on them. So I like to think of what I could have done better. That way it keeps me from being upset or bitter with somebody else, because you just don't want to be that way with your team or with anyone. You don't want to place expectations on them. You don't want to make them feel that your relationship depends on their performance. It just won't end well. So that's one thing that I've learned. Another thing is to claim my successes. So look at the good things and claim them and be happy about them. Okay, this past year was huge for our team. I made a great income. I was able to provide a lot of things for my family. I made a lead every month, so that was a great thing. So those are things you can look back on. So while you're claiming your failures, also claim your successes. Maybe this past month I didn't do as well as I wanted to, but you know what? I had a great year. So that's a good way for me to frame those things. Another important thing for me in life is I want to finish strong at anything that I do. I want to finish strong. I think there's a lot to be said in life for being consistent. And one thing that helps me be consistent is that I really value, number one, starting strong, and number two, finishing strong. Seems like if I do those things, then the other things will fall into place. So right now, as we're ending the year, I'm doing all I can. I don't give up till the last minute, you guys, okay? I don't know what my rank is going to end up this month. Hasn't been the best month, like I said, but I'm not going to stop fighting till the very end. So that's a value that I have. Everything I do, when I played basketball, when I played volleyball, anything I do, I don't care if there's 30 seconds left and we're down by 20. I'm going to be playing hard until the very last second, because I value that. That's something that I think is important to teach my kids, teach myself. You don't give up. You fight till the end. That's what you do in life. So that's a value for me. Another one is to start strong. So we've got January starting off. Jamboree has set us up for success in January. People might say, oh, January is a hard month, or people aren't Christmas shopping or whatever. But you know what? I've seen people have great months in January. It depends how you decide it's going to be. And honestly, it depends on how much you book. If you are starting strong right now, it means that you are working your butt off to book parties and start January and take advantage of those double trip points, take advantage of those extra hostess rewards. Do those things right now. Start off January strong. I promise, if you start off the year strong, then you're going to feel so good going into the next month and then the next month, and you're going to get bookings from bookings. But you've got to start strong. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm kind of in this like holiday hangover. I'm not like I'm drunk or something, okay, people? But what I mean is that I had a great time with my family. I had a great time taking time off. And when I do that, it's hard for me to get back into it because I just have enjoyed the time off. But you've got to get yourself out of it. Don't let it go into January. Don't let yourself just keep being like, oh, I don't know, am I going to get back into it? Treat this like a job. That's the thing about our job. There's nobody that's going to make you succeed or fail except yourself. If you decide you're going to get going and you're going to get going with your business, you're going to be successful, then and you're going to put the work in to do it, then you will. But if you don't take those steps and you don't make yourself put the work in, put the time in, come off that holiday hangover, then you're not going to come out of it. And you know, sometimes we lose people in January because they just can't come out after that December, or maybe they say, oh, people don't want to buy in January. Well, you know what? Maybe they do. Maybe they're not Christmas shopping, but maybe now that they aren't Christmas shopping, they're going to shop for themselves finally. Maybe they want to take advantage of those double hostess rewards. Valentine's Day designs, they're my favorite of the whole year. They're coming up. I think I sell more of those than Christmas designs. St. Patty's Day. So really, I mean, you can make a million excuses for January to suck, and you can also make a million reasons for it to be amazing. I've known a lot of people that really earned the incentive trip because they booked January so hard and worked so hard in January. So I really hope that you guys will do it. There's a training call coming up on Friday. There's one for up to Premier Consultant, and then there's one for leaders. I hope you get on those. Jamboree's going to talk about all the things they're going to do for us this next year. It's going to be a great year. The training team is amazing. I hope that you will all be on those calls. I'm going to leave you with two more things. One of them is take pride in what you do. And like I was kind of talking about a minute ago, there are some values in life for me that are important to me, and I take pride in those. I take pride in how people see me and my business. I take pride in how I deal with people, how I treat people, how I deal with disappointments. And I hope that you will too. I hope that when you have a customer, you treat them amazing, because that's something you take pride in, is your customer service. I hope that maybe it's a hard month, but you still push through because you take pride in the fact that you don't let hard times get you down. If you don't take pride in your business, then you're going to let it go. If you don't have values in your business, like finishing strong and starting strong and all of those things, then you will let it go and you will lose it in this next year. So, and then the last thing is just really thinking about your priorities. That's something that I like to do going into every year. And I think you've got to think about it in the sense of your business. What are your business priorities? What are your life priorities? For me, my first priority is being a mom, obviously. And I've got to take my business into account when I'm thinking of that. My number one priority is my family. So how am I going to structure my business hours? My business is a huge priority to me, and that's why I am going to put in the time and put in the effort and make a plan and make a strategy and make my goals. You've got to make your goals based on your priorities. So I hope that you'll think about what's important to you. I feel like some people maybe are thinking, well, I'm not having as much fun anymore, or it's not as easy anymore. Honestly, I think that every business will get that way. You know, and people say, oh, find what you love to do and then find a way that people pay you to do it. I think there's a lot of truth to that, but at the same time, even if you're doing what you love, there's going to be parts of your job that you don't enjoy. So I love our job. There are parts that I don't enjoy. I have trouble getting bookings. It's not my favorite part. But you know what? I do it because I love our job overall. And so you have to do those parts of the job that you don't love. I feel like even someone who's a rock star and they love to sing, so they become a rock star, they probably still have nights when they don't want to perform. And that's just because anything that is your job, by nature, there will be parts of it that you don't love, but you've got to make yourself do them. And in our line of work, there's a huge reward for making yourself do all those things. But there's nobody that's going to make you do them. You've got to do it. You've got to decide that you're going to be successful this year. So I just really hope that you guys are going to start strong, that you're going to finish strong, that you're going to be consistent this year. Claim your failures and claim your successes. Think about your priorities. And I'm really excited about what this year is going to bring. And I hope that you all are too. And I hope that so many of you are going to earn that incentive trip and go to the Dominican Republic with me, because that's one of my huge goals, and I'll be there. And I would love to hang out with you guys there. So let's start off with January being a great month. And I just thank you guys so much for all that you do. I know that our job, no matter how much we love it, it is work, and we work hard. And I take pride in that. I take pride in our team, and I hope that you all do too.